Some lighter showers moving through the area right into downtown right now and right up and down the east side. Again, just enough to slicken the roads. No lightning or crazy weather, but more showers will be forming with the heat and humidity building, low and middle 80s into the afternoon. So expect those spotty showers and storms, gusty winds, and feeling very muggy, Kim.
All right, well, take a close look at your screen right now. If you look closely, you can see raindrops falling down. Wet roads in this area. This is Southfield Freeway right at Ford Road. Pretty light traffic volumes, no accidents to worry about at this time. But just remember, slow down. Those roads can be slick when it's wet out there.
All right, Kim, thank you. So we have some bad news for lottery players, not here in Michigan, but in Illinois. Powerball and Mega Millions plans to drop the state from participating.
The Multi-State Lottery Association has decided to drop Illinois at the end of the month because of the state's budget crisis. A spokesperson says this is the first time the association has considered dropping games in the state. And according to reports, this could affect about $99 million in Mega Millions sales and over $200 million in Powerball sales. A lot of people playing it over there.
Yes, but they are very close border to like Indiana and Wisconsin.
Where
so
they can go and play.
They'll still be able to get a ticket.
It is 5:26, everybody. Coming up in our next half hour, news stories from Novi, Royal Oak, and Lincoln Park, as well as Wixom.
Plus, a McDonald's worker is attacked by unhappy customers.
We'll have details on that. And we have an update on the breaking news from Orion Township. A husband and wife killed in a house explosion. Local 4's Coco McAvoy working on this story. She'll have a live report after the break. Welcome back, everyone. We are following breaking news right now of a home leveled in Orion Township. And now we've learned that the explosion has claimed the life of two people, a husband and wife. Our Coco McAvoy is there live at the scene.
Plus, Brandon says a steamy and stormy Thursday is ahead, tracking the potential for some severe weather today as well.
Well, okay. I feel like we've had it pretty good over the past couple of days.
It's been, I mean, we've had rain, but it hasn't been, you know, crazy. But it sounds like it might get a little bit more of a rock and rolling kind of day today, Brandon.
Yeah, and I think even more so tomorrow, guys. But the heat and humidity are the variables that could really wreak havoc in certain spots. I think it's going to be a very isolated number of storms that reach that potential of severity. But here's Mount Clemens right now. Some drips and drops coming down right now in parts of Macomb County, and more drips and drops coming your way in Mount Clemens. 72 degrees with a southwest wind at 17. Not a great beach and boating day as the winds 25 miles an hour with some gusts 35 to 40 maybe, and parts of Lake Huron, a really dangerous surf today, so just know that. Here are the showers coming through St. Clair, Macomb County, I-94 getting wet, even down into Wayne County. It's a little bit heavier. Not seeing any lightning here. There is a little bit of lightning with this area coming into the Lansing area, which will be training into Flint and Lapeer. So not a ton of activity this morning, but as we heat things up into the middle part of your day, 80 to 84 degrees, the muggy conditions, that wind, pretty unstable. So we'll watch for some spotty showers and storms this afternoon and evening. And again, some of them could be on the strong side. Kim?
All right, well, that could make for some tricky travel, so we'll watch out for that. But we are pretty good right now. No accidents to worry about at this time. However, we do have some wet roadways out there, so just be careful. Let's talk about some construction now you'll need to watch out for. Over on the Lodge, we have construction right at 4th Street. This is affecting both sides of the Lodge. One lane block there. This starts up at 9 a.m., wrapping up at 3 p.m. Also, later this evening, you may see a slowdown on the southbound lanes of the Lodge right at I-75. That's because there's only going to be one lane open. This starts up at 10 p.m., wrapping up tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Back to you.
All righty, Kim, thank you. Time now is 5:35, and taking a look at this, they never had a chance. That's at least what Orion Township fire crews found and are saying when they arrived at a home after reports of an explosion there last night.
Yeah, when they arrived, it was described as just chaos, flames shooting into the air, debris everywhere, and sadly, a mother and father were killed. Their adult daughter somehow survived, which is remarkable when you see the damage.
Absolutely. Let's turn things over to local 4's Coco McAvoy. She's there live at the scene, and Coco, I understand that home actually reignited on fire not too long ago. Fire crews now back on the scene.
Yes, Evrod and Rhonda, fire crews have arrived here on scene, and they were able to put out the fire that did reignite here this morning, but you can just see the piles and piles of debris after this home explosion. And investigators tell us that when they arrived here at the scene, they realized quickly that there was not much they could salvage from the house.
When we got here, it was chaos, obviously.
A grim scene in Orion Township after a house explosion that claimed the lives of a husband and wife.
You can barely tell there was a house there. It's basically completely leveled.
This all started at around 8:30 last night. Fire crews were called to the scene and were met with 50-foot flames. All that was left was piles of debris and the 29-year-old daughter of the two victims. She made it out of the house safely.
It's my understanding she's doing okay. She was able to get out before the home exploded, and we're hearing some other details. I can't share all of them at this point.
Now investigators are trying to figure out what would have caused an explosion like this.
Right now it's really a mystery to us because we don't have natural gas going to it. We got a propane tank that was shut off, so we're kind of baffled with what's going on right now.
Okay.
And out here live again now, you can see again that this has turned into an active scene here again this morning. And I want to also mention that this area is a rural area, so there are no fire hydrants because most people operate off of well water. However, this fire department has mutual aid agreements with other departments, so they were able to bring tankers out here to the scene last night when this happened. However, again, the issue was when they came here, they were met with 50-foot flames, and there really wasn't much they could do at that time. Back to you.
And Coco, let's talk about the daughter surviving this. Do we know how she's doing right now and the treatment that she's receiving?
So it's a little bit loud out here, so I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing you, but I did hear that you mentioned the water. The fire chief says that the water, when it came to that as an issue, it's because people use well water out here, and so there were no fire hydrants. However, they have those mutual aid agreements, so they had other fire departments come out here to bring water to them so that they could help fight this fire, but it was definitely chaos when they arrived.
Yeah, understandably very loud out there as the fire crews are working to put out additional hot spots. We just hope
we also know that the daughter, she did escape the home safely. She had some bumps and bruises, but of course, obviously, you can only imagine that she's left extremely emotional and shocked after what happened.
It's just remarkable she was even able to get out of that home. Coco, thank you. It is 5:35. A Downriver Street, I should say Downriver Sweet 16 party goes awry, ending in gunfire. It happened on Saturday night at the Las Vegas Hall. This is on Fort Street in Lincoln Park, and police say that one bullet struck a 16-year-old innocent bystander who happened to be driving down Fort Street at the time the shots were fired. Another bullet hit a nearby garage door. Now neighbors are drawing the line, saying that they've reached their breaking point with the violence and crime.
I sit right there and look at TV. You know, that could have come through this glass window here. Killed me.
So careless when it comes to these guns. The man whose garage was struck by that stray bullet says that he will be bringing up the matter at the next city council meeting, and he hopes others will stand with him.
Construction will continue at Little Caesars Arena this morning after an electrical worker fell to his death Wednesday morning. The 46-year-old fell 75 feet from a catwalk. But now officials are investigating his death as a possible suicide. Grief counselors are expected to be on site there when workers return this morning. Detroit police now looking for a missing 16-year-old girl. Police say Katera Barber was last seen on the Q line heading toward the Detroit River on June 22nd between 7 and 8 p.m. last Thursday. Barber's mother saw her that same day in the area of Woodrow Wilson and Webb, where she walked away from the location and hasn't been seen from or heard from since. Barber is said to be in good mental and physical condition, so if you recognize her and know where she could possibly be, please contact Detroit Police.
It is now 5:37, and my mom calls it mindless eating. It's when you're feeling stress and you suddenly realize, wow, I ate all that? I don't recall doing it.
Stuffing your face, but now experts are revealing the best ways to avoid so-called stress or mindless eating.
You gonna turn your back on family?
One of the stars from the Fast and Furious franchise really is furious. In the carport at 6, Jason has the scoop on why one may be leaving.
But first, the real-life danger when bullets start to fly between police and a suspect on a crowded bus. Details behind this video coming up next. All right, welcome back, everyone. It is 5:41, and check out this wild and deadly shootout involving Maryland police. It was all caught on camera. The bus video shows Blaine Erb's shootout with police just moments after he became a suspect in an armed robbery. Police body cameras caught the tense moment when Erb makes a run for it, but is eventually shot and killed by officers. Baltimore County State's attorney says that after reviewing the case, police were justified in the shooting.
Drop the gun! And when you look at all three of those, you get a very complete picture that these officers were justified in using deadly force because not only were their lives in danger, but the lives of many civilians in the area were in danger.
And because of that, no further action in this case will be taken.
In Illinois, an investigation is underway after an off-duty police officer is caught on camera holding down a teen he said was trespassing.
Why are you doing this to me? Because you're trespassing. We're not trespassing. He just walked in here. We can leave, bro. You're not.
We don't know exactly what happened before this video began recording, but the off-duty officer says that he found a backpack on his property which contained a realistic-looking BB gun. He says that he also found another teen on his property bleeding from the face, saying that he had been beaten up in a fight. The officer has not been charged. A wildfire forces thousands of evacuations in multiple northern Arizona communities. The fire started in the Prescott National Forest on Saturday and has since spread to at least 21,000 acres. With only 1% of this fire contained, strong winds and high temperatures continue to fuel and spread the flames. One firefighter has suffered minor injuries but is expected to make a full recovery. Arizona's governor has declared a state of emergency in that county.
It is 5:43, and ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream, but 3 unhappy McDonald's customers down in Florida got a little too heated when they found out that the ice cream machine was down.
Yes, the customers first went through the drive-thru, but moments later came inside and got upset when they saw another customer had some ice cream.
Okay, so that's when the argument started, which led to the customers jumping behind the counter and beating the employee up. A manager called 911, but the 3 ran away.
It's just not that serious.
Isn't there like another McDonald's like right around the corner?
Probably
you could have gone over there and said,
Probably
hey,
is.
does your ice cream machine work?
Yeah, or a Dairy Queen or
You know,
Baskin Robbins.
Campus Marshes, Cadillac Square. We had the Moose tracks.
Right.
You know, it is 5:44, everybody. Let's get into For Your Calendar as we head into the weekend. The Ann Arbor Summer Festival happening now through July 4th.
Yes, the festival is free to attend and will include indoor and outdoor movie screenings. There'll be art displays, live music, kids activities, and more. Activities can be found at several locations too, including the Top of the Park, the Power Center, Michigan Theater, and the Hill Auditorium, all there in downtown Ann Arbor.
And Wixom's Summer Family Fun Night happening today at Sibley Square Park. There will be kid-friendly crafts, games, and inflatables. This event starting at 6 p.m. and will end with a big old fireworks display.
And another annual favorite, the Michigan Rib Fest, returning to downtown Royal Oak this summer. The event kicks off tomorrow, starts at 1 p.m., ends on Sunday at 9:30 p.m. This year's festival will feature a kids zone, live music, monster truck rides, lawn games, hot dog pig races. That should be interesting. And there is a $3 admission fee, and that will benefit local charities.
And the Stars and Stripes Festival relocating to Oakland County this year. The 4-day festival will happen at the Suburban Collection Showplace in Novi starting today and will go until July 2nd. People can enjoy carnival rides, a BMX stunt show, monster truck rides, and a family fun zone. Visitors this year can still expect to see the Stars and Stripes signature fireworks display on Sunday night. So a lot of festivities happening for the entire family as we get closer and closer to the 4th of July holiday.
Yeah, so Brandon, how's the weather looking?
Today, the models have good news for us for Tuesday, the 4th. Yesterday, not so much. Things could change again tomorrow. We're going to have some touch and go activity Monday, Wednesday, so we'll see how it plays out. Just know that there's no guarantee at this point. Local 4 storm pins, Tom Holzer Ford, and a great picture here from Ashley Nicole, 87 on storm pins up in the Howell area where we had a little blue sky here and a little sun shower here and the rainbow, a little bit of everything going on. And we want you to download, or is it upload? download, get up and download, get on up, the under WDIV in your App Store. You'll find Storm Pins. Good stuff for tracking storms and letting everybody know what's coming their way. And today and tomorrow we do have storm threats. Baseball game happening at Comerica Park, and it's going to be iffy through the afternoon, maybe some delays, so grab the umbrellas as you're heading out. 72 in our metro zone at Metro Airport, 64 Howell with some rain-cooled air in Livingston County, upper 60s to near 70 Monroe and Lapeer, near 70 at 8 a.m. Still a shower or two around, but I think a good chunk of the day will be dry, but we'll have some showers coming and going, especially as we heat things up this afternoon. 1:10 first pitch at the ballpark today. Again, some delays certainly are possible. 84 and muggy. The winds are going to be cranking as well, not even related to storms, so we'll have to watch that. Right now, East Siders getting some rain here along I-94 and I-75 south. As you look over in the Lansing area, that shower is sort of drifting to the northeast, and we do have a warm front coming through, the trigger for some of these showers this morning. That cold front will be a stronger threat tomorrow. Marginal risk for severe weather today, a slight risk, which is up a category tomorrow, and even some showers around Saturday, staying soupy, warm and muggy through Saturday. Sunday looks like a really nice day, and there you see the 4th of July Tuesday right now. I'm keeping it dry, Kim, just for you.
Oh, so sweet. And for everyone else, too. Lots of barbecues going on that day. It's going to be a good one. So hopefully that forecast will stay the same. All right, well, we are still good right now on the roads, but we are not dry, actually. We have a lot of rain out there in some areas, so just watch out for that. But we still have all green out there. No accidents at this time. Let's head on over to Livonia, where we have construction over on the eastbound lanes of Plymouth Road. This is happening between Middle Belt all the way to Telegraph here. There's only going to be one lane open until 3 p.m., so it could be a little slow in that area. Just keep that construction in mind. Also, we have some nightly construction over on westbound M14 right at Main Street. There's going to be one lane blocked. This starts at 8 p.m. tonight, wrapping up tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Also construction this evening on the northbound lanes of Southfield Freeway right at Finkel. One lane open there starting at 10 p.m., wrapping up tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. as well. Over to you.
All right, Kim, thank you. Turning our attention to good health and stress eating. It can be a bad habit that can happen to anyone, and nutritionists have a few recommendations to try and help you resist those tasty treats. Nutritionists are saying do things like go for a walk, get rid of the cell phone, don't talk or text, but make a great playlist. Go for a bike ride. Getting a good night's rest can also distract the brain and keep those junk food cravings at bay. Experts warn that when stress eating isn't managed, it can turn into a full-blown eating disorder, which can lead to other serious health issues.
Sometimes stress eating makes you feel so good.
Yeah, but moderation, with everything. If you do it one day and then you nip it the next, but if it becomes habitual, then it can become a problem.
And stop your stress.
Yeah.
Find a way to do that.
Yeah. Well, time for a couple of stories that you may have missed.
Yeah. So in Kentucky, a controversial bill that would allow Bible courses to be taught in public schools has been signed by the state's governor.
Yes, the ACLU and other watchdog groups are saying that they will make sure that the classes don't cross the line from teaching to preaching. An official says that they would have a curriculum that could be delivered in a manner that is not constitutional. The course's purpose is to provide knowledge of biblical content, characters, narratives, and an understanding of the Bible. It's listed as an elective and not a required course.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it is. To have it available, you can opt out or opt in.
Right. Very true. Here in Detroit, a stretch of Woodward Avenue could be renamed to honor the late, great Mike Ilitch.
Yeah, the proposal was introduced in the state Senate. Woodward Avenue between Montcalm and East Adams would be renamed Mike Ilitch Boulevard if the legislation passes. It's the area we call Foxtown right now. Senator Coleman Young, the second, he introduced the legislation. The proposal was referred to the Senate Transportation Committee. So we hope that will smoothly go right on through.
Very fitting.
Yeah, it certainly is. After the break, a story that will make you the hit of any of your 4th of July celebrations.
Yeah, Kim is going to explain in this week's Thrifty Thursday report. That's coming up when we come right back.
Things are heating up.
Well, taking a quick look at the radar picture and some of those showers cruising through the east side into southern Ontario, Port Huron, Macomb County getting a little bit wet. And the roads will be a little slick as you head out, but not an all-day shower situation here as we heat up 80 to 84 degrees this afternoon. Soupy, muggy conditions and spotty storms forming. Gusty winds a big threat today, Kim.
All right, well, definitely don't forget to grab the umbrella as you head out the door this morning, but definitely want to make sure that you are prepared. But things are looking good right now. This is I-94 right at Connor. You can see things are looking good. No accidents you need to worry about at this time. All right, it's time to show off your spirit. 4th of July, of course, is on Tuesday, so I'm sure you're all gearing up for your 4th of July barbecues and get-togethers this weekend. And that's why this week on Thrifty Thursday, I'm going to show you some cute holiday-themed snacks that are pretty cheap to make, too. These red, white, and blue fruit kebabs are delicious and so easy to make. All you need is bananas, strawberries, blueberries, and some skewers. Chop up the fruit and place each piece on the skewer in the order of red, white, and blue. Make your own water or cocktails festive with red, white, and blue ice cubes. Add strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries to your ice cube trays, then just add water and place in the freezer. After a few hours, you'll have these cute ice cubes that actually enhance the taste of your drinks. You can also serve red, white, and blue drinks on their own or as cocktail mixers. Try drinks like cranberry apple juice and blue and white Powerade or Gatorade. For dessert, try these colorful ice cream sandwiches. All you need to do is unwrap the sandwiches and sprinkle red, white, and blue sprinkles on the ice cream. You may need to let the ice cream melt for a few minutes so the sprinkles stick better. Once you've covered all 4 sides, they're ready to be served.
Those are all great ideas.
Thank you.
I'm going to totally use them too. I'm hosting, and I was telling Everett, I'm like, I need some of these ideas for my nieces and nephews.
Well, I think we should try to make sure that they're okay.
Here you go. I made some. I was just, working back there. It's really quick.
Okay.
It took like 5 minutes to make.
Those are so easy.
Yeah,
I
super
like
easy.
Ice cubes.
Yeah.
That'll look fancy.
Rob, what do you think?
Ice cream sandwich with sprinkles.
Brandon?
Tasty.
I know Brandon probably wants one too.
Invited to the anchor desk or to Rhonda's house.
Oh.
You're invited, Brandon, as long as you keep it dry.
But yeah, I bought the ice cream sandwiches for like $2. The sprinkles were like $1.99. So like, there you go, $4. Great
These are
snack.
good.
Good.
I got 4 more to eat. So. All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good
I think
stuff.
we need to take that away from you.
Yeah. How am I going to do this?
Go ahead.
All right. Coming up.
Put the ice cream sandwich down. Brad?
We'll have it back.
Dang it. It's 5:56, everybody.
Gotta crack the whip around here sometimes.
All new at 6 o'clock. Local stories from Livonia, Grosse Pointe, and Macomb Township.
Plus, she took the law in her own hands, and now she is facing charges. What a pregnant woman did to a purse thief is pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, it certainly is. And our Coco McAvoy continues to follow breaking news for us this morning.
Yes, Everett and Rhonda, there's an active scene here in Orion Township after a house explosion that claimed the lives of 2 people. Coming up, we'll tell you what we know about what happened. It's
Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
A deadly mystery after a home explodes in Oakland County. 2 people killed and the home in pieces. Now investigators are working to try and find what sparked this massive deadly explosion.
Plus extra screenings as airport security gets tighter. We'll tell you what's changing that could slow you down the next time you travel. Brandon?
Well, it's Friday Eve and sort of the eve of a big holiday stretch here. Tracking some wet weather and a severe risk today and tomorrow and
okay, just
and Saturday will be nice. The ... I'm like, I don't know how to interpret that.
Left us hanging there. But it is Friday Eve, so we're looking forward to the weekend already. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Everett Cassamy.
And I'm Rhonda Walker. Good morning, everybody. And let's get over to Brandon and talk about this rain and even severe weather threat.
Yeah, it's been kind of a strange week with the fireworks earlier this week and a big holiday next week. So we're just trying to get everybody in line and everybody set. Summer heat is returning. Even with the clouds out there, we have a couple of drips and drops. Webster is dry, so we're doing okay here. Temperature of 70 degrees under cloudy skies and a south wind at 13. The wind, a big part of the weather story today. Out of the southwest, 10 to 25, gusting 35 to 40 at times, not even related to showers and storms. Up to about 80 degrees at noon, spotty rain and thunder showers through the afternoon. Some of them could be on the stronger side. 84 with the humidity cranking up. It's going to be soupy air you can wear, so drink lots of fluids, grab the umbrella as well. Even though most of the showers are leaving Metro Detroit into southern Ontario and fizzling out as they come into Genesee County there. Not a whole lot to discuss this morning, but it'll be the heat and humidity that fuels the showers and storms this afternoon. Again, minor risk for severe weather. We'll talk more about that in just a second, but Kim is here and your 4 Live traffic time. That rain causing any trouble out?
It actually is. We do have our first problem of the morning, and it's actually a pretty serious one. Let's take a look here. Southbound US 23, we have an accident over in Milan, right at Carpenter Road here on US 23. The left lane is blocked because of a semi-rollover accident. We're going to, of course, keep you updated on this one, but in the meantime, expect some delays if you are traveling southbound US 23. Over to you.
All right, Kim, thank you. Now to breaking news that we have been following all morning long out of Orion Township.
Yeah, that's where a husband and wife are now dead after their home blew up. And this morning, the question is, what caused the explosion? Let's go live now to our Coco McAvoy. She's there in front of the home. And Coco, I understand that the couple's daughter, 29-year-old daughter, was able to make it out okay?
Yes, Evrod and Rhonda, the 29-year-old daughter was able to make it out okay, but you've got to imagine that she's emotionally scarred after experiencing something like this. And you can just see the aftermath here this morning, just debris just strewn everywhere.
Oh, you can see we're having a little bit of a technical issue here with Coco's microphone, but what we have learned is that this home exploded. The cause of it is still under investigation, but the mother and father died in the fire, and somehow their 29-year-old daughter was able to get out okay.
And here's what we know right now. At one point, that home did reignite on fire, so firefighters had to be called back out to the scene here so that they could put that fire out. And when we last checked in with Coco at 5:30, firefighters were still there on the scene working to put out any additional hot spots. As for that 29-year-old daughter, minor bruises, minor injuries. We're still working to find out if she's going to the hospital, if she's going to be released from the hospital soon. But again, this 29-year-old daughter was the only survivor of this home explosion in a rural area where there were no fire hydrants, so water had to be brought in by fire trucks. We'll be checking in with Coco McAvoy again for the latest update from the scene there in Orion Township coming up in just a little bit. Rhonda?
In the meantime, it is 6:03, and 3 different police agencies are looking at this man named as a person of interest in the disappearance of Danielle Stislicki. His name is Floyd Galloway, and yesterday he was arraigned in Livonia. He there is charged with trying to kidnap and rape a woman in Hines Park last fall. Allen Park police are also investigating the similarities between that sex assault in the park and another one in Allen Park earlier this month. Now police in Farmington Hills say that Galloway is a person of interest in this Stislicki disappearance case. He was a security guard at the Southfield building where Danielle Stislicki worked. Stislicki's parents told Local 4 what went through their minds when they heard of the new developments.
My initial reaction is scared, because that means the outcome of the description of the jogger is something that could be the fate of my daughter. And my daughter didn't get the chance to get out and get help.
Just a horrible thought for any parent. Police have conducted more than 60 search warrants and plan on doing more in the future.
6:04 now, and the man accused of stabbing an officer in the Flint terror attack will stay in jail while the case moves forward. 49-year-old Amor Fatui was denied bond in federal court on Wednesday. He wore a medical mask over his mouth and mumbled "God is great" in Arabic as he walked into court. Fatui is charged with stabbing Lieutenant Jeff Neville in the neck. Taking effect today, new criteria for visa applications from 6 mainly Muslim countries. Under the new rules, any visas that have already been approved will not be revoked. New applicants, though, must prove that they have a relationship with someone already in the U.S. in order to be eligible for that visa. This affects applicants from Syria, Sudan, Somalia, Libya, Iran, and Yemen. And the rules apply to refugees from all nations awaiting approval to come here into the U.S. It is 6:05, and security on electronics tightening up on flights to the U.S. from overseas.
Yeah, the Department of Homeland Security says that passengers flying into the U.S. will now face screening for electronics bigger than cell phones, including laptops. The new standard will affect 180 domestic and foreign airlines that fly directly into the U.S. from over 100 different countries. This morning, a debate over steak.
Yeah, we'll tell you why Dunkin' Donuts is accused of lying to customers about that. Plus, Jason is here in the carport talking about something that we all know and love.
Here's number one. Here's number two.
Do you have the Apple Watch too?
10 years ago today, the world as we knew it changed. The iPhone was officially introduced. We'll take a look at how it's impacted us over the last decade. Coming up.
Welcome back, everyone. And happening today, a 55-year-old man will be sentenced in connection with the killing of his 89-year-old father. Macomb County Sheriff's deputies found the man dead in his home after Gregory Neiman called police saying that his father was not breathing. In December, the death was ruled a homicide and the son was taken into custody. Neiman is charged with first-degree murder.
Also today, a judge will determine if there's enough evidence to go to trial in a string of Grosse Pointe home invasions. Gerald Day was charged with home invasion and sexual assault earlier this month after police say that he broke into a woman's home and raped her. Day will appear in court for this preliminary exam that is scheduled to start at 1 p.m. We're back in a minute.
Well, for many of us, life without a smartphone kind of hard to imagine. I cannot go without mine.
Jason, life started to change about 10 years ago for a lot of people that switched to the iPhone.
Did hand in hand with social media. That's because the very first iPhone that you mentioned went on sale. It had a massive impact on our culture, even for people who've never owned one.
Today, Apple is going to reinvent the phone.
Steve Jobs made that promise, and 10 years ago today, Apple started making good on it.
Revolutionary. Is going to change the way we communicate.
More than 1 billion iPhone sales later, it has. Although by today's standards, that first iPhone was modest. Only 4 gigabytes of storage, a camera that only took stills, and not even any apps. But the initial touchscreen dazzled CNET Scott Stein.
How you were able to pinch to zoom for web browsing or for using maps. That was the magic thing that you'd show off to people.
More than 3 million iPhones sold that first year, almost 4 times that many in 2008 when apps finally came around.
And that has affected not just smartphones, but it's also affected the way that business models have been created.
Another tipping point came when HD video, the camera, and FaceTime were added in 2010.
That opened the doorway as a communication and camera device where people started to pick up those phones as camera replacements.
But the most recent iPhones have not been pioneers when it comes to the newest features.
There have been a lot of catch-up moves that Apple has made where they've polished them and introduced them down the road.
But Stein says that might change this fall when iPhone 8 is introduced.
I think there's a lot of pressure because you always expect that Apple's going to do something big.
Just like it did.
This is how you turn it on.
10 years ago today. From our Facebook page, if you could, what would you change with the new iPhone? Which is right there. In the carport, Mike says, headphone jack needs to come back.
Yes.
Nope. Wow, big reaction in studio. Phil adds, make them so they won't work while driving a car.
Interesting.
So he's against texting. Joe, wireless charging and a full screen edge-to-edge display. We'll make sure that Apple hears about those.
The battery needs to have a better charge.
Yeah.
It should be able to last a week. They should have been able to figure that out by now.
Absolutely.
You're always like, where's the plug? Do you have an adapter? I mean, it's like a constant thing every day.
You got to keep Mophie in business. You know, it's like a second-tier supplier.
No. But they did finally figure out how to make sure your screen doesn't crack.
Yeah.
They have the right accessories for that anyway.
That too.
For all the dropping.
Happy anniversary to the iPhone. Who knew?
Yeah. Which one do you have?
I've got the iPhone 7 Plus. But still, the edge-to-edge screen thing, that would be
That
a
would be
plus.
nice,
That
yeah.
would be a good addition.
I'm 6
so.
plus. I'm ready for a new one.
Yeah, me too. iPhone 8, they might as well just take my money. In fact, I'll direct deposit it into Apple's bank account. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right, guys? Don't you think?
Yeah. You love your iPhone.
Oh, yeah. Can't live
I've had
without
the iPhone since Christmas 2007, so almost 10 years.
Oh, wow. You're an early adopter.
I was an early adopter, and I haven't changed.
Brandon's just going to keep quiet and do the weather because he doesn't even really use it.
What you have an iPhone, right?
Flip phone.
No,
Those are-
no, he doesn't.
You have like the 4, don't you?
Rhonda, come on, Rhonda. I'm on the 4S. Please, I have graduated. Those are not hard to find, or not easy to find, I should say. I had to go to India to find the 4S. And then I find out that they're actually on the 8 now, and joke's on me, apparently. Believe it or not, I've got the 7 something. I kind of had to because I had the 4 for so long that it just fizzled out. 70 degrees out there right now. South winds 13. A little gray start to your day. It is a midday or early afternoon Tigers game, and we're going to have to really watch this one closely. Heat and humidity. So I'm warning everybody who is working outside today or is going to the game, just lots of fluids and not overdoing it. 80 at noon, 84 the afternoon high, but with the muggy conditions really building in, tropical kind of air mass, you're going to be feeling it, the air you can wear, and it'll drag you down. Spotty showers and storms that could also be on the strong side as we head through the afternoon as that heat and humidity builds. The morning showers are fizzling, fading, still a couple of drips and drops. Storm Prediction Center has areas along and south of I-69 in this marginal risk, the weakest risk category for severe weather today. Here's our warm front, that little trigger for showers this morning. Tomorrow's threat is a little bit stronger, a cold front coming in, and that will sort of drape over the area and increase our not only longevity and number of showers, but the strength as well tomorrow a little bit stronger. Here's 2 o'clock, and again, it's a 1:10 Tigers game, so showers around. Cannot rule out a delay or two, but it's the beauty of an afternoon game is if we do get a delay, we still plenty of time to get her in. Tomorrow, again, a little bit better chance, more numerous showers, morning, afternoon, evening. Saturday hanging on to showers and still the warm and muggies all the way through Saturday. Finally, a little bit of relief coming Sunday with some sun and less muggy. Touch and go Monday through Wednesday, but this morning the models are keeping your 4th of July dry, and we'll see if that holds true. Kim, you remember yesterday it had showers on us on Tuesday, so a lot can happen. Hey, this is our Josh Strand and your 1-800-Hanson's weather window. Life along the river, as my mom would always say. She said it once, but anyway, the birds are out. You see, this is River Rouge, and the boats are coming and going. And I'm telling you, this is a great picture from our Josh Strand and a good reminder that today, not the greatest boating day, any lakes, rivers, anywhere because of the chop. The winds are going to be real gusty, Kim.
Oh, yeah, and real muggy out there. All right, it's time for our 1-800-CALL-SAM Chopper Shot. We're looking down at I-75 right at I-696. Now, just keep in mind that we do have some wet roadways this area. It doesn't look like it's too damp in this area, but keep that in mind as you head out the door this morning. Don't forget the umbrella. Now, this is what we want to talk about to watch out for as you head out the door. We have an accident over in Milan that could slow you down. The southbound lanes of US 23 right at Carpenter Road here, there is a rollover accident. This is a semi-rollover, so you're certainly going to see a delay. The left lane is blocked there, so just be careful if you are traveling on southbound US 23. Evrod.
All righty, Kim, thank you. It is 6:17 now, and in today's consumer headlines, Hostess is putting a new twist on its classic Twinkie. Plus, Dunkin' Donuts being sued over steak. But first, get ready for some serious deals. Maribel Aber tackling those stories and more for us live from NASDAQ. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, everyone. You know, Amazon's going to launch its annual Prime Day at 9 p.m. on July 10th. It's going to feature 30 hours of sales for Amazon's Prime members. The online giant is promising hundreds of thousands of deals, with new ones being announced every 5 minutes. Amazon will also offer plenty of promotions on its own goods and services, such as its music service. Dunkin' Donuts is being sued over its steak sandwiches. A New York woman alleges the sandwiches don't actually contain any steak. Instead, the suit says the Angus steak and egg sandwich contains minced meat with with fillers and binders. The suit accuses Dunkin' Donuts of false, deceptive, and misleading advertising. No comment from Dunkin' Donuts on the legal action. There's a new flavor of Twinkies. Hostess has rolled out a chocolate peanut butter version of the snack cake. It follows the introduction of the chocolate Twinkie as Hostess looks to keep up with consumer flavor trends. You can already find the chocolate peanut butter Twinkie in supermarkets and convenience stores. Everett, you going to try this one? It's been forever since I've had a Twinkie, by the way.
Yeah, it's been forever since I've had one too. I think we still have some in the pantry that might still be good. But yes, I will definitely try that new Twinkie. It looked good, right? Why not? All right.
It did.
All right, thank you. It is 6:18, everybody. And Detroit businessman Dan Gilbert stops by the White House.
And President Trump had something to say about his Cleveland Cavaliers. What he said coming up. Plus, she stopped a thief from stealing her purse, but now she's facing charges. You'll see why next.
And before we go to break, this is today's Facebook friend for the day, Stacia Miller from Roseville. She runs a nonprofit for veterans.
And we want to send you a gift card from Tormina's Pizza just for being our friend of the day and for all you do for our veterans. And everybody else, don't forget, if you want to be our next Facebook friend of the day, you do at least have to like the Local 4 Facebook page and click on the Friend of the Day tab, include a picture, and tell us something about yourself. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. A thief is taken down after stealing a purse from a pregnant woman in North Carolina.
Gotta get out of the way!
Holy
Wow.
Pretty unbelievable. The woman says that she spotted the man going through her car in the parking lot. When witnesses confronted him, he took off with her purse. Well, that's when she jumped in her car and went after him, hitting this man with her SUV, as you see right there. The woman is charged with assault with a deadly weapon. The thief has minor injuries, remarkably, and is charged with breaking and entering. You know you're mad, but you really have to kind of check yourself in terms of how you react. That could have ended a lot worse.
Check yourself.
No.
Well, in this case, yes, before you wreck yourself.
It's true. It is true.
We've had a couple of showers, even up way up north in Huron County. It's a decent shower there, and maybe a rumble of thunder, but a little bit slippery on some of our streets. Otherwise, just cloudy right now. And as we build the heat and humidity this afternoon, showers and storms scattered about the area, and some of them produce some soaking downpours, maybe some damaging wind. Either way, it is going to be sort of warm, muggy, and windy, and not a great day to be out there on the boats. Make sure, because of the humidity too, Kim, we're drinking lots of water. Grab the umbrella.
Good advice, Brandon. All right, well, we want you to watch out for this accident over in Milan. It could slow you down if you do travel on southbound US 23, as well as northbound lanes, too, because we're seeing delays in both areas. We have the accident on the southbound lanes of US 23 right at Carpenter Road. The left lane is blocked due to a semi-rollover accident.
Well, it's going to be a rubber match. Tigers look to bounce back against the Royals today after taking a beat down last night at Comerica Park. We did get solo home runs from Alex, and then, man, I wish Miggy had opposite field. Wait, he does have opposite field power. 2 solo home runs is all the Tigers would get. The Tigers were on a 2-game winning streak. The Royals were on a 2-game losing streak. Both of those were snapped. It was 8-2. Royals win it last night. The two teams face off 1:10 p.m. Comerica Park. Expect a delay or 2 in the action due to weather, at least possible. And the White House hosted my Major League Baseball champion Chicago Cubs Wednesday. Maybe they're yours too. But during the meet and greet, President Trump ended up giving Cavaliers owner and Detroit's own Dan Gilbert a shout out after he just happened to be cruising through.
Dan owns the Cavaliers, and I would say, I guess you can't say great season, right? Good season. Last year was a great season, right? Anyway.
Coach Madden, they're like, isn't this about us? Didn't we beat Cleveland in the World Series? Trump also asked Gilbert about LeBron and how he's doing. Gilbert said, good. Gilbert was there to talk to the president about progress in Detroit and Cleveland, so a welcome visit.
Very interesting.
Yeah, nice to keep Detroit on the radar at the White House.
Absolutely. It is 6:25, everybody. Coming up next at 6:30, local stories for you from Detroit, Allen Park, and Orient Township.
Plus, a YouTube stunt goes horribly wrong, and now a young mom is in serious trouble.
But first, a U-Haul driver goes the wrong way out of a parking spot. Well, clearly the wrong way. We've got the story behind this crashing video coming up next. It's today's top video. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for today's top video. And it's not something that you want happening when you're out for a beer or food with friends. Watch how that woman frantically runs away. A suspected drunk driver crashes a U-Haul truck right into the windows of a brewery in Philadelphia.
Yeah, surveillance video shows that truck slammed through the glass. The woman was sitting, but thankfully looked up at the right time to get out of the way. The driver was taken to the hospital with a leg injury and then charged with that DUI. And even more surprising, the brewery was actually back up and running for dinner service that day.
Well, they cleaned it up real quick.
Yeah, they did.
Wow.
We're back in a minute.
More than 50. Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
And we start with breaking news of a deadly blast. This is all that's left of a home in Orient Township after something caused it to explode, killing a couple who lives inside. We're live on the scene.
Plus, mysterious raids across Metro Detroit. Local 4 cameras are rolling as the feds and police remove boxes of evidence and dangerous chemicals. Brandon?
Kind of interesting watching the radar here over the last 18 hours. Showers and storms coming at us. It's the big holiday weekend, so I'll put my Captain America shield on, blocking out a lot of the activity as it comes in. Can I be your superhero all day?
Bravo, bravo. And
Good
the funny
one.
thing is literally 2 minutes prior, I asked Brandon, I said, Brandon, we're ready. We're ready for your artwork this morning. And he's like, I don't know. I don't have anything.
But you know what? That shield is working because somehow all that rain seems to be falling apart when it gets close to your superheroism.
Well, and I know we had a couple of showers yesterday or last evening. I was watching the radar and I said, man, I had showers coming in like midnight and beyond. They snuck in a little early, and so it's going to be dicey the next couple of days. Very difficult forecast to nail as far as exact timing, exact location of some of the showers coming, but they will be a-coming. Looking downtown right now, our 4-zone temperatures, upper 60s to near 70. We are 70 at Metro Airport in our metro zone, 64 in Howell. Been a little bit wetter out in Livingston County, so some slightly rain-cooled air. We have 69 degrees down in our south zone in Monroe. Here's a look at the temperatures today, though. Near 70 still at 8 o'clock. Spotty showers, but drying out through most of the morning. 80 at noon. Humidity is going to be cranking, so 84 degrees this afternoon. May feel closer to about 88 degrees, and it's the heat and humidity combined that will create very unstable air lifting up, lots of cloud formation and some storms that could be on the strong side. Again, anytime afternoon, the drier we are and sunnier we get for stretches, the more dangerous it becomes. And we're going to have gusty winds, which means boating today in the heat and humidity. Not a great idea. Again, we'll take a closer look at the timing of these showers and how they could delay the afternoon Tigers game. But your 4-zone weather is updated for you. Find your 7-day and your zone right there on the weather tab. Click on Detroit.com. Kim DeJulio, how we looking on this Thursday morning drive?
Well, we do have one problem out there over in Milan, but I just want to warn you that the roads are damp this morning, and we're not so used to damp roads, so just slow down, take it easy. They could be a little slick. But let's get to that accident over in Milan. This is the southbound lanes of US 23 right at Carpenter Road here. The left lane is blocked because of a semi-rollover accident. Now, taking a look at our map here, you can see that we still have green on our maps, which means the delays aren't terrible, but something you want to be cautious of while traveling in that area. Now, let's get a live check at our roads right now with our Skyforge chopper, taking a look at I-75 right over the Rouge River Bridge. Roads actually look pretty dry in this area. Traffic volume starting to build and looks pretty good there. Of course, the southbound lanes are closed, but northbound looking good. Back to you.
Alrighty, Kim, thank you. At 6:32, everyone. And a mysterious explosion levels a home, killing a couple inside.
Yeah.
Right now, there's an ongoing investigation in Orient Township.
Coco McAvoy is monitoring that investigation there, and such a tragedy that's unfolded. I understand you caught up with the fire chief. Are they able to determine what could have caused this?
Rhonda and Everett, right now they still don't know what caused this massive explosion here. They say it's really a mystery, but we were able to catch up with the fire chief to get us up to speed with what's going on out here. He says when you have a devastating fire like this, you have to keep coming out to monitor it and check for hot spots. And you can see by the aftermath, this was definitely a devastating fire. And investigators say when they arrived, they quickly realized that they really couldn't salvage the home.
When we got here, it was chaos, obviously.
A grim scene in Orion Township after a house explosion that claimed the lives of a husband and wife.
You can barely tell there was a house there. It's basically completely leveled.
This all started at around 8:30 last night. Fire crews were called to the scene and were met with 50-foot flames. All that was left was piles of debris and the 29-year-old daughter of the two victims. She made it out of the house safely.
It's my understanding she's doing okay. She was able to get out before the home exploded, and we're hearing some other details. I can't share all of them at this point. Daylight reveals a better look at the aftermath after this house explosion, and now investigators are trying to figure out what would have caused something like this.
They don't have natural gas here. They've got a propane tank. The propane tank, when we went to shut it off, it was already off. So right now it's a real mystery of what's going on.
And out here live now, you can see that fire officials have taped off the area. They're continuing to tape off this area for safety. And I also want to clarify, this area is a rural area, so they do not have any fire hydrants. However, they do have a mutual aid agreement, so they were able to get some tankers out here to help fight the fire. However, when you're met with 50-foot flames, there's just not much you can do. So unfortunately, the homeowners did pass away. The 29-year-old daughter did make it out safely. Back to you.
Oh, your heart just goes out to her. Losing her parents, her home, her whole life, just going up like that is just awful. Oh, our hearts go out to her in prayers as well. Coco, thank you. 6:35 is your time, and we are following other stories from across Metro Detroit for you this morning.
And that includes stories from Allen Park, Harrison Township. But first, we go to Royal Oak and Detroit. And that is where a former Detroit flower shop was raided in a massive bust involving dangerous chemicals and possibly drugs. The investigation happened on both Detroit's east side and in Royal Oak, and it's being conducted by the Homeland Security. Neighbors living in the area say that they were told to stay away by federal agents.
Anybody that's at risk that would come in contact with it, you don't never know what's going on in the neighborhood till you see what happened. Now everybody knows what's going on because it's going to be on the news.
The investigation includes several neighborhoods in those cities. However, details into the federal warrants are sealed at this time.
This morning, there is still no sign of a Macomb County mom accused of kidnapping her 2-month-old baby. The Macomb County Sheriff's Office says that Carol Maxwell doesn't have custody of her son Terrence, and they were last seen on Tuesday at a home in Harrison Township. Investigators say that Maxwell does not have a car, but are asking you to be on the lookout. And over in Allen Park, the search is on for a suspected purse snatcher. Take a look at your screen. Police want to speak to this man that you see here. If you think you recognize him, you should contact Allen Park Police.
Time now is 6:36, and let's send it over to Jason in the carport to see what he's working on.
It's one of the biggest film franchises in history, but it could soon lose one of its original cast members. Why she's demanding change. Hank?
The weather can change here in Michigan in an instant. Are you prepared for a tornado, a flood, or maybe a disaster in your home? The experts sharing important information in a Help Me Hank report.
Sky 14.